Dear jury members, dear colleagues, dear participants, today on Saratov land, I had the honor to tell you about one of the years of scientific activity of Tver State Medical University. Tver State Medical University comprises thousands of professors and scientists who generously give their followers knowledge and ability to heal, inspire hope, and fight for health. Our university concentrates the experience of several generations where craftsmanship, creativity, accumulated and carefully preserved traditions. Our university is the inspiration of the young, the new ideas and innovative intentions. Today, it is one of the largest medical universities in Russia. It is situated on the Upper Volga and it provides educational training in different specialties of medical sphere. There are a lot of well-known Russia and the world scientific school in our university, but today we are going to represent one of them, the Gastroenterological School headed by Professor Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin, Honorary Doctor of the Russian Federation, Vice President of the Scientific Society of Gastroenterologists of Russia. Our professor is a man of traditions. Knowledge and wisdom come from teachers. Evaluate, preserve, and decrease the experience they have accumulated, he said. We were especially grateful for the opportunity to tell about him in Saratov. Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin is a graduate and a student of Saratov State Medical University. He developed into a clinicist and researcher here in Saratov. His teacher was such famous scientists as Professor Leonid Sigismundovich Schwartz and Nikolai Andreevich Adamatsky, whose scientific school goes back to the traditions laid down by Georgy Fedorovich Lang. It was here in Saratov that Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin began elaborating his theory about phases of peptic ulcer recurrence in terms of narrow hemorregulation disorders of the gastroduodenal zone. From here, from Saratov, already began a doctor of medical sciences. In 1969, Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin went to head the Department of Faculty Therapy at Edinburgh State Medical Institute. And in 1976, Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin became the head of the Department of Faculty Therapy in Kalinin, in our medical institute. He managed to consolidate and unify the staff of the department, among which were the followers of Professor Nikolai Nikolaevich Vysotsky, one of the creators of conjunctival biomicroscopy method of evaluating microcirculatory disorders. The employees of the Department of Faculty Therapy under the direction of Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin mastered modern method of studying the morphofunctional state of the gastrointestinal tract, assessing hemostasis, microcirculation, neuroendocrine regulation, biologically active substances, immune status, microbiosinosis of the esophago-gastroduodenal zone, and began to conduct experimental studies. The main scientific interest of Professor Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin always refers to clinical and pathogenesis parallels in the development of disease. The main areas of research of Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin in recent years include clinical and pathogenetic variants of chronic gastritis, pathogenetic mechanism of chronic gastritis development in terms of thrombohemorrhagic syndrome, features of erosive and ulcerative lesions of the gastroduodenal zone and the complications in patients with IHD, the role of the calcium regulation system of the body and in the pathogenetic of the gastroduodenal ulceration, characteristic of microbial biosinosis of the esophago-gastroduodenal zone in patients with inflammatory, erosive, and ulcerative lesion, treatment of dysbacteriosis of the upper digestive tract, features of the development of esophagitis. The study of human symbiotic digestion became a priority of the scientists. Human symbiotic digestion is embedded in the mechanism of human digestion, supplementing and expanding the process of digestion, absorption of food. The violation of symbiotic digestion is associated with dysbacteriosis of various parts of the digestive tract. And if normalization refers of the restoration of normal biosynthesis. The last year of his life, Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin was engaged in the analysis of the relationship of premorbid, etiological, and pathogenetic factors in the development of the upper digestive tract disease. Dwelling on the results of his own long-term research, the work of his colleagues and students, conducting a deep analysis of their scientific literature, Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin came to the conclusion that war is a pathogenetic unity and a close interrelation of processes that provide pathological conductions in the esophagogastroduodenal zone and from inflammatory, erosive, and ulcerative lesion of the esophagus, stomach, and duodenum. Now let's take some significant statistical data. Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin published more than 500 scientific papers in the central and local journals, obtained 16 copyright certificates of invitations and rationalizations proposals, published 13 monographs, 1 guidance of physicians, published 6 study guides and 20 instruction guidelines of students. Employees of the department annually take part in all congresses and conferences of the problem of the pathology of the digestive organs. Under the supervision of Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin, 6 doctorals and 21 PhD dissertations were completed. His students successfully worked in Tver, Saratov, Orenburg, Moscow, Israel, and Netherlands. The established scientific school is constantly replenished with young colleagues, and it is the key to its development. Every year, the professors of the department direct the scientific activity of the students which take part and win prizes at Russia and in international conferences. The main scientific titles of Professor Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin are stated on the slide. Unfortunately, in 2021, Vyacheslav Vasilievich Chernin died, but his legacy is actively continued by his follower, Professor Galina Simonovna Джулай, head on the Department of Faculty Therapy, Science 2012. Thank you for your attention.